This program has been brought to you by Alpine Bank. Dedication you can count on and experience you can trust. Alpine Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Durango TV. I'm joined with Liane from the San Juan Basin Health Department because we're talking about an event that they have coming up the first week of April, because April is actually National Public Health Week that first week of April, correct?
Correct, it is. And so this is an event that we've been celebrating in this country for about 21 years, where we choose the first week in April to highlight the successes of public health and also talk about what our future plans in public health are going to be.
Nice. And so you guys are going to be holding a public meeting at the Durango Library April 7th at 7 p.m. And this is kind of a hot button issue for us here in Durango. It's about the Animas Watershed, a community health update.
Correct.
Now, obviously, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that last year on August 7th, we had a little bit of an incident. Or actually a bit of an incident on the Animas River. So it's really been something that we've been talking about ever since that wastewater spill. And I know you guys have been getting calls about people who are still concerned today.
Well, one of the things we really want to highlight in National Public Health Week, the intersection between environmental health and human health. And we obviously have had a lot of attention around that with the Gold King mine spill in our community last August. So we have people concerned about what spring runoff is going to do to affect both the environmental health and human health. So this event is timed to give people information prior to spring runoff.
And now let's talk in layman terms, people who are maybe new to the area, what is spring runoff?
Well, so we have a lot of moisture in the mountains during the winter that is accumulated in snow. And when the temperatures rise, we have snow melt, and that moves volumes of water into our rivers. When the rivers rise, we stir up sediment from the bottom of the river and the river banks, and that moves downstream with the snow melt. And so we call that spring runoff. And because of this event that we had in August, there's concerns in the community, well, what will the spring runoff be like?
Okay, so all that sediment that came down the river from the Gold King mine, still probably in the river, and we're going to be looking at that getting churned up. And as a river user, I would be concerned as well.
Sure, and we have sediment in this. All river systems have sediment in the system, and we have in our river system sediment that is from, hundreds of years of drainage from our natural mineralization and then from mining. And then on top of that, we have some sediment from this event. And sediment moves through the river system every spring runoff.
Yeah, and we can't be naive. I mean, these are sediments, like you said, since the beginning of the mining days, have been washing down through Durango, all the way down the Animas River. So it's nothing new in the entire scope of the river's history.
But what is new is that we have interest in learning about what this means and what this means to human and environmental health. So based on the information that we have, the science and data that exists currently, we don't expect any difference this spring runoff to any prior year spring runoff as far as if it poses a additional health threat.
So who do you expect to turn out at this public meeting? Various stakeholders from around town?
We will have, the general public is invited. We have everyone invited, and we recognize that in this community, people use the river in different ways. There are people that use it for irrigation. There's people that use it for, commercial farming, for family gardens. We use it for recreation. We use it for fishing. We use it, as a beautiful place that we go and, walk with our children and walk with our dogs. So we want everybody to have a chance to ask the questions about, this is the way I use the river, and how will it affect me?
That's great. So it's happening on April 7th at 7 p.m. at the Durango Public Library. Is there a place that people can go for more information?
So go to our website, and that is www.sjbhd.org, and that's for San Juan Basin Health Department.
Or you can Google it too.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks so much, Liane.